Everyone, welcome to another episode of Daily Energy. I'm your host, Araya Eden. The day is Ari Janu Tether de Thirst. It is the 30th day of January. The day's energy is one of cleaning. It is a clean day. That's why I use this background, because it's a clean day, to remind myself that it's a clean day. So I didn't dress it all up for you to get all classy and jazzy. We're doing this because this is what we're going to be doing today, is cleaning. So that's the overall energy today, is you want to clean your internal and external environments. Now, the reason why cleaning is a good thing to do today is because the energy is kind of rogue and all over the place today. We are at the end of not just a cycle. Well, we're not even at the end of the cycle. We are at the end of I'm going to say kind of like, I don't want to say a generation, but let's just say that we're at the end of something huge, right? We're in a transitional energy today to where there's going to be, as we've seen happening last night or sometime yesterday, mass transitions. Mass transitions. And that was not the only one, unfortunately, because we're going from the organizational energy into more of a self-care energy. And it's like there's going to be more self-awareness coming into this, into the world. You think it's already there, but there's even more so transitions. And because of this transition, we're going to see a lot more transitions into the spirit world, a lot more need for humanitarianism. There's going to be more service. There's going to be more people going into themselves, so to speak. But this is coming with selfish behavior today. So when I say selfish behavior, as I told you yesterday, some of the stuff that you experience can be prevented. But because of the selfish behavior of some people who are higher up, it causes a trickle down effect. And so energetically, what's happening is that there is a build up in energy, and when it builds up, it explodes. And it seems like everything piles up at once. So you got to understand that we're energy and we work in energy. And the energy that we put out, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. And it's like too much adversity sometimes could cause that big burst of energy, that nuclear type of energy. You see? So that's what's coming in here today. So great leaders are going to be conceived today. But this could also be great leaders transitioning out of the physical world today and going into the spirit world. Something major is going to take place over the next 1 to 3 days. And this major shift that's happening, I feel like it's going to not just affect man, but it's going to affect beast. So listen to me and listen to me carefully. When it comes down to food, we have to get better at growing our own and preserving our own now more than anything, because I'm getting too much tampered with food. I feel like there's something going on with the food. They might be putting microchips in the food, and you won't be able to tell that's what they're doing because they're so small, they're so tiny. That's what the energy I'm picking up. That's what's likely to happen. Okay, go back to an episode of The Simpsons. Okay, to where there was a character and he ate a burger, and after he ate that burger, everybody that ate the meat turned into zombies. Now this could be the like a mad cow disease type of situation going on. But I am strongly getting, do not be frivolous with what you put in your mouth, so to speak. You know, when I was in California, all of a sudden I became OCD. I didn't know why I was OCD. I'd never been OCD in my life that I knew of. Now I'm all of a sudden OCD. I didn't want to touch people to shake my hand. I didn't want to touch people. I didn't want people to touch me. And this is before COVID. Now, you know, I'm an intuitive. So now, you know, I think about my doctors that basically, you know, pretty much thought I was crazy until they realized that, wait a minute, maybe she's onto something. You see, so that's the energy here that I'm picking up. I'm doing again with food. All of a sudden now I don't want to eat pork, and I haven't eaten pork in years, but I don't want to eat pork. I don't want to eat beef. And believe it or not, I don't want to eat chicken. And that was a hard one, friend. But it's like it's coming. And so now, before this thing gets widespread, because right now it might just be in the testing phase, because they're making microchips and they're doing this thing underground. And you don't understand. Some of this stuff, you could just think it and you see it on AI. You think that it's just AI doing algorithms. No, they're reading your mind. They're mind reading. You think I'm joking? No, I'm not. They have machines that can read your mind. And that's why, you know, they even have machines that, you know, when you hold your phone, some phones, they can tell more about your body. They can tell you what ailments you have just by holding the phone. You think I'm lying? Do your research. But this is the type of era that we're going into. This transition. Now it starts off for the benefit of man, but eventually it goes left and ends up hindering, okay, the spirit, okay, or trying to at least. I'm getting a lot of spirit activity, Vaka. We hear something coming in about Vaka. Now, let me tell you, so this thing about Vaka, I was watching a video, and this girl was talking about how she could typically just throw back drinks. And now all of a sudden, she's not able to just throw back those drinks. And so this one particular time, she went out and drunk something. She said, wait a minute, alcohol is just not the same. She said, because this alcohol made me feel sick to my stomach after like 1, 2, or 3 shots. She felt sick to her stomach to where she was throwing up, you know. And so if you're feeling like that, that's another thing, that a reason why I say watch what you're consuming. Because look, consumption is what ended up tricking a lot of your ancestors. Why do I say that? All right, go back to the story of Persephone. It's for some of you who know the story of Persephone. Persephone is supposed to be the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. Okay, so what ended up happening is Zeus ended up taking Persephone ended up being carried off to the underworld by her uncle, and basically say she was raped and all this stuff, and so that was the story there. But while she was in the underworld, they said that she was hungry, and she ended up consuming 7 pomegranate seeds. The significance of the 7 pomegranate seeds is that it kind of is the reason why she was not able to go back home, because once she consumed that, she was now stuck there. And so the story is that now Demeter, her mother, was not all about that, because that was her daughter. And actually, she was promised to Apollo. And so she was supposed to marry Apollo instead of being dragged down to Hades. So what ended up happening is Demeter, which is basically the energy of Mother Nature, if she gets mad, she will cause the earth not to produce at all. And I'm talking about to sand if she wanted to. Animals don't get fed. Grass doesn't grow. This type of energy. And so that's what happens when she gets mad. And so, unbeknownst to her, Zeus, Persephone's father, ended up having Persephone promise Persephone to her uncle without Demeter or Persephone's knowing. And so that's the story of how that came to be. And so that's why I told you about the high priestess in tarot, as aka Torah, has the 7 pomegranate seeds behind her to identify her as Persephone. And thus we have the story of Adam and Eve. And Eve consuming the forbidden fruit. Different story, but the same type of consumption. It is the consumption that has caused us to be stuck in this kind of twilight zone, so to speak. Consumption. What you consume. Those who consume the swine takes on the characteristics of the swine. It's likely that hypertension is associated with the swine, right? Hypertension, high blood pressure. When people end up having high blood pressure, sometimes they're snappy. Now, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just telling you from my observation what I have seen. You take on the characteristics of that animal. What you consume, you will put out. If you consume bad and that's all you've ever had, you're going to put out bad. You see? And so that swine ends up going mad. You know the story in the Bible about Jesus casting out spirits out of a man into the swine, and the swine went off the cliff because they went mad. But that's what happens. They go mad. They will eat their own. They will eat poop. They will eat. I heard this guy say the other day that they will eat the trash. And when you eat that, you eat the trash that it eats. Do you hear what I'm saying? You eat the trash that it eats. So that's another instance of consumption and how what we consume, it really does have an effect on us in this twilight zone. When you consume too much TV and you're quick to be entertained, it hinders you, because it hinders you from paying attention to what's going on outside of that, because you're so entrapped in that you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. Thus, you're easily hoodwinked and bamboozled. Consumption is the real issue. Now, should we consume? Yes. But I recommend you pay attention to what it is you are consuming. That's the kick that I'm on right now anyways. I'm almost to the point to where if I don't grow it, I'm not going to eat it. If I don't make it, I'm not going to consume it. That is my mindset now, because some places are unethically sourcing these foods that you're putting in your mouth. Some of these high dollar major places that is basically just focused on their bottom line, that they'll go source your food anywhere. People don't wash their hands, flies flying over. Okay, this might be my OCD kicking in. Okay, this just might be my OCD kicking in. But I'm just saying, consumption is a problem. Gluttony. And I'm guilty of it, so I'm not judging. We listen. We listen. We don't judge. Okay? We listen, we don't judge. But at the same time, it's a problem. What you consume. And so we have to get out of the habit of doing that and consume good, clean foods so that we can get good, clean results internally, because you consume that bad and that bad starts affecting you, starts affecting your skin. You see? Like I said, I'm guilty of it. Matter of fact, I still got some birthday cake, and a part of me want to just throw it in the garbage, but the other side says it's tres leches. You love tres leches, and I'm like, but tres leches don't work good for this PCOS that I had. But anyway, so that's what the energy. It talks about relief, okay? Relief. So we want to relieve ourselves of certain things today. That's what this energy is bringing in, is relief. But in order to relieve, a lot of times you got to release. And that's why it's a clean day today, is because we want to relieve. We want to find relief. But in order to do so, we must release. And that means purging. I remember Father has been working with me on the longest, and I thought it was just on a discipline aspect of thing about my cleanliness. Okay. As a writer, sometimes I get in the habit of letting things pile up. Okay. Especially when I clean it one time and it gets back that way again. And so ever since I was younger, and this is a chop up to my mama, who, well, I got to do it when she gonna do it. That was the mindset then. But as I got older, and I can't get my mama to come up here, I learned that no, you are grown. You gonna have to clean up your own mess. And I feel like that's a part of the reason why God sent me out. You're going to have to learn how to become that virtuous woman that I have called you to be. Because nobody's going to come pick you up off that ground. Nobody's going to come save you, not you. Chosen. You are my warrior. This goes back to the Karate Kid when he's teaching him wax on and wax off. And he's like, why I gotta do this? And then this goes back to the Karate Kid when he dropped his jacket on the ground. When Jaden Smith dropped his jacket on the ground. And who was that? Jackie Chan that had him to pick it up. And that's all he was doing was picking up that jacket and picking up that jacket, picking up. What he was learning was discipline. It goes together. Military cleaning stations every day, an hour long, every day, sometimes longer than that. Discipline. And not just discipline, the chi energy. The chi, when you get a stream of bad luck, which some people are getting today, that stream of bad luck basically means that there's something blocking the flow of chi in your life or your environment. And chi energy is that bright white life force energy that's like a stream that flows to and fro to basically everything. It comes in the house, and if it comes in your house and it's not able to move in a way that it needs to, if something's blocking it, it will build up in one area. And let me say the kitchen. The kitchen is the self. Okay, the kitchen represents the self. So if all that chi energy builds up in that kitchen, then you're going to start feeling a lot of stuff going on with yourself. If it's not being able to move. If it's not being able to move into the kitchen at all, then it's missing it. It's stopping at the living room. So this creates unbalance. That's the point that I'm getting to. It creates unbalance. Chi helps you stay balanced. And so that's why we must clean. We must purge. We must release so that we can stay balanced. And that's getting rid of people, places, and things that no longer serve your purpose. That's also organization. For some of you, you've already gone through the process of getting the big stuff done. Now you got to focus on the little stuff. Get your toothbrush out. Get the toothbrush. The hardest thing to do is the toilet. Baby, the hardest thing to do. But get your toothbrush out. Or get you one of these. But get your toothbrush out. Okay? And so, if you live on a farm like me, just don't put no bleach in your sink. Because it will mess up the culture of your bacteria. And it will mess up your stock tank. Not your stock tank. It'll mess up your septic tank. So don't do it. Lesson learned. So I'm also getting vomit and sick people being sick to their stomach, which, like I said, could be attached to the food, could be attached to the alcohol. That's why I said don't do it. Don't do it. We're gonna see more liking. So this could have something to do with social media. Social media. This could have something to do with a post that goes viral. I'm seeing explain. So like explanation, buying and selling is significant here, but specifically buy today. So make sure you get what you need now. Like I said before, it becomes mass spread. Don't wait till the last minute. You know something for the kickoff. Friend. You know something for the kickoff. You know it and I know it. So this year, we gonna have to really be on it. You know it and I know it. I gotta go build me a hole. I gotta go dig me a hole somewhere. And I ain't talking about a grave. I'm talking about a bunker. You know it and I know it. Something is about to kick off. And it's only just begun. Okay? So now we are really, really not in play. And I got to get out of the habit of, like I said, procrastinating. And I got to fix it. Because these chickens keep eating my garden. But I got to fix it because, like I said, I feel like they're tampering with the food. All right. So I'm also getting, Spirit wants you to use discernment. Spirit wants us to use discernment. Spirit also wants us to manifest. So we're going to see a lot of, I'm getting abandonment today. So we're going to see a lot on abandonment in the news. We're also going to see a lot of bodies, okay? A lot of bodies, because I told you mass transitions into the spirit. So a lot of bodies being found. So we're going to see bones, skeleton, the lost being found today. You know, the lost being found as the earth transitions the cycle, and what ends up is what's hidden comes to the light. So that's what we're going to see here. What's hidden comes to the light. This could be missing people, missing persons, and so on. I'm also getting, we're going to see something coming in about immigration. We're going to see something coming in about immigration in the news over the next 1 to 3 days. Something's going to be put off a little bit longer, but it's going to be put off. So this could be delayed mail because I am getting postal service, but I'm getting delay in mail. But something significant about the postal services, something big is getting ready to happen with the postal services, because I have seen that this has been in the energy for a long time, and it has not hit the fan just yet. But I keep seeing it, but it has not significantly come to pass. I don't know what's going on with the post office, but something going on with the post office somewhere around this world. And it's not a small thing. It might look like a small thing, but it's going to be a big thing later. Okay, so I'm also seeing someone being deceitful and corrupt. So we're going to see deceit and corrupt. This day is just full of some of everything. This day is just full of some of everything. Okay? Expect the unexpected today. Because the day is full of everything. I mean, I'm getting wicked and evil. Wicked and evil. You know, the villain. I got villain energy yesterday, and I'm getting wicked and evil today. Okay? Unpleasant, unwelcome, unlucky, nasty, adverse, disagreeable. Failing to conform to the standards of moral virtue and acceptable conduct. That's me. Yeah, I can't conform to that. I'm outside the box now. I'm not going to conform to them lies, baby. I'm not going to conform to them lies. You can keep all them lies. Because I watch less TV and I do more reading. So wicked, sinful, evil, corrupt, injured, diseased, wounded. So injured, disease. So more on diseases, more on wounds, more on injured people. Injured, disease, and wounded. This is the energy here. Injured, diseased, and wounded. So we're going to see more on diseases. I'm telling you something. I've been getting cow, grain. And I'm thinking mad cow disease. Mad cow disease ends up affecting the grain, something about the wheat grain. This is just my prediction. This is my prediction, but mad cow disease end up affecting the grain that ends up in a burger or some kind of food. Those who eat the food end up turning to zombies, or they're putting meth in the food or cocaine in the food. And you know what I mean? It's not clean. It's not safe anymore. Believe me when I tell you that there's going to be a reason that the virtuous woman ends up being the one that cries out in the wilderness. Do you hear what I'm saying? Be the one that cries out in the wilderness, saying that you got grain for sale for 1 cent. Because at a time it's going to be hard to find. Clean, that is. All right. So, okay. So microchips and produce. Okay. Produce. Okay. So production of microchips, manufacturing of plants and microchips. So we're going to hear more about microchips. You know, Google has come up with what is it called? It's a microchip, but it's a quantum chip, basically. So basically, that chip means that it's not based off of matter. It's based off of the intangible. What would make somebody want to make a chip like that? They're reading your minds. And this is not just the Aquarian conspiracy theory. I know it. So, yeah. Helmets like Magneto. Okay, so also I'm getting something about first class. This could be first class mail. This could be talks on what happened with so there was some kind of jet, okay? I want to say it was what was it, a fighter jet or some kind of jet that went into an airplane and caused this crash, this explosion. I think they say about 60 people were on the plane yesterday. Well, hearts go out to those families at this time and their loved ones. Hearts go out to all that was affected by that. Hearts go out to all of you that will be affected by this energy that kicks off over the next 1 to 3 days. Hearts go out to you. My goodness. And so, decomposed, decayed, immigration, deceitful attempt. Okay, I talked about that. Talked about I'm getting something about India, and I'm also getting something about avocado. If you're wondering what you could eat, like in substitution of certain fats that you would get from meats. Avocado. Some people do avocado and bean um, toast. I tried to grow my avocado, and I grew it to a certain extent, but I must have did something wrong. I'm gonna try it again. I must try to grow some avocado seeds. But poor quality, okay? Negligent. Okay, now let me go on over here to so you want to clean today. All right, that's what we're supposed to be talking about. But your friend done went on a tangent. But that's what we were supposed to be talking about. Okay. Somebody gonna be telling it. Okay. I got some tattletale energy here. So somebody's gonna be informing against someone else. This is the energy here. So somebody could be telling your business, telling on you. Contribute money to a common cause. So this is the humanitarian efforts that I was talking about earlier. There's going to be a lot of humanitarian efforts as we are in the year of the nine. The year of the nine is about service, humanitarianism, and it's really the time to focus on the greater good. It's a transitional period. We're at the end of the cycle. So a lot of people that deserve their negative karma are going to get negative karma. And that's why even though we want to save everybody, we won't be able to save everybody, unfortunately. And those who are due good karma are going to get their good karma. Okay, more so towards the end of the year, though, that's when it really starts to kick in. Okay, depending on where you are in your cycle, in your karmic cycle. It's not for everybody. It's only for some people who started a karmic cycle about a good 8 to 9 years or so. Okay, you're at the precipice of a breakthrough. Okay, and so that's what's going on here. So hopefully you've been working while you were in your winter time. And so now we just need to get more organized, get more structured, focusing on our foundation, making sure that we have something solid to build upon. Okay, at this point, you should have your ideas. You know what you want to do with yourself. You know what you want to do with business. You know what you want to do with your purpose. And if you don't, get in touch with me. Okay, send me a message and say, I want to know what my purpose in life is. And I can literally tell you what your purpose in life is. Okay, I can tell you what your purpose to do. Okay, all right. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. Metabolism, we're going to see reactions to metabolism. Trends and fashion, we're going to hear more about that. Rage and mania. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Brace yourself, because this is going to be a bumpy ride over the next 1 to 3 days is what I'm feeling. It's kicking off real strong and heavy today. Now, impose on someone to do something. So we're going to see legal commands to where you feel like your rights are violated, like you don't have rights to do something. Okay, some people, I say you, but I don't mean you, but a lot of sneaky snake energy going on. You got to watch them. Okay, be watchful. Now I done got rid of certain meats. I only eat fish, but I don't know. I might need to stop eating fish too. Shoot, I might need to just go vegan. Okay, No, I don't know if I can do vegan because I eat milk. I drink milk and I eat cheese. I don't know if I can do vegan. My girls, they provide me eggs, and I do eat them eggs. Them eggs are not fertilized. It ain't no baby growing in them eggs. Ain't no baby gonna come out them eggs. It's just an egg. Okay. So, cheese, it's milk and vinegar. Okay. So we got female reproduction and fertilization. Speaking of eggs, female reproduction and fertilization, we're going to hear more about that. This could be contraceptives again, but this got something to do with the female reproductive system. So we could be seeing stuff about IVF, AI having babies. Child, ain't no telling these days. Brace yourself. African chief, some coming in. I'm seeing a lot of like world leaders like in motion here because I told you we're revving up to like something big. And I told you yesterday we're headed towards a world war. Okay. That's what it's headed to. Okay. I'm also getting try not to be clumsy today. Pay attention to what you're doing. Do your to-do list, get your to-do list going and today and go get what you need today, because over the next 1 to 3 days, okay, things get a little more violent and corrupt as really active energy comes in that don't know what to do with that energy. Okay. So today is a good day to get what you need from the store today. Okay. For those of you who can afford it, and those of you who cannot afford it, I speak life into your finances. Okay. I speak abundance over your life for those of you who deserve it. Okay? May you get what you need to do what you must. So many blessings to you, my friend. Okay? God bless you beyond the measure that you have blessed others. Okay? So I get fuss, trouble, upset. A lot of people are going to be fussing, mad, upset. That's why cleaning is such a good distraction. Cleaning is such a good distraction. What I typically do if I get mad, sometimes to manage my anger, I just start to clean. I learned that from my cousin Gwen. Gwen to get mad, and I can always tell when she get mad because she started cleaning. And so I learned that from her when I was younger. I get mad, I just start cleaning. And I start cleaning. I start listening to my music. I start doing other things. I watch a lot of K-dramas, Korean films, and so I use the left side of my brain in most cases, which means I'm very analytical. I'm really big on language. Thus, I'm trying to learn all these different languages, but I'm really big on language. And so I was watching this Korean film, or these Korean films, these love dramas is the ones I watch. And I noticed when they get angry, they ball their hands up to the side. They like grip their clothing. So I started doing that as well. It's like some people count to 10. Some people clean. Some people grip their hands. Find what works for you in managing your anger. Because I notice when I get angry or when I get upset internally, you know what I do? I stutter. You ever get so mad you start stuttering? You like, oh, I can't stand you. Do. I I get so burnt up inside. I get so mad that them words start running together. And it's like, and when they start running together, it's like, okay, that's not effective communication. Start again. But anyways, so I remember something that Father taught me a while ago. It's something along the lines of steel loses much of its strength when it loses its temper. Okay? Steel loses much of its strength when it loses its temper. So that's why I've been trying to work on my temper, because, ooh, baby, do I got one. I got one. I really do. But I'm learning now where that stems from. If I feel like I got so much to do, but the demands on me are just so high, the demands for my attention, the demands for me to be here, be there, that don't work for me. And I take the claws out at that point because I'm frustrated. But now I'm learning to use my words and my hands in a more productive way, as far as picking up a broom, picking up a mop, picking up a rag. If I'm going to be angry, let me put that anger, let me put that energy, because anger is an energy. Let me use that energy and put it in my writing. You see, I'd be so mad. I'd be so emotionally depressed sometimes. Some of that stuff that you're writing, and you're like, ooh, that was good. Thank you. I appreciate your compliment. But I was mad when I wrote that. I was mad. I was mad, or I was depressed. I was sad. I was going through, or I was being guided nonetheless. But I took all those emotions that I was feeling, and I was like, oh, devil, you think you got me? Let me show you what I can do with all the weapons you think you're going to throw at me. I'm that girl. You throw your weapons at me, I know how to pick them up and use them against you. Yeah. Shoot. All right. So do your to-do list. Go get what you need today. And it's okay. Don't be confused. Learn. Try your best. Try to work through it. Try to solve your problems. The more you clean your internal and external environments, I promise you, the better you're going to feel. The better you're going to feel. Today's energy is so significant for me because I am a 4. Literally, my life path, my soul urge, my destiny, you want to know what it is? Well, from birth, it's a little different now, but it's 4, 4, 4, 9. 4, 4, 4, 9. That's what it is. So I'm actually meant to organize, to plan, to structure, strategize. But how could I do it if I didn't know how to do it? It's my purpose that I ran from when I was younger. And even though my mom sometimes would try to make me do it, somehow I would get out of it because I'm her baby daughter. Okay, I'm the baby of her kids. My mama got four children, and I'm the youngest. So can you imagine the spoiledness? Well, I wasn't spoiled, but I definitely knew how to get my way. I love you, mama. But now I've grown up. And so now I do what I got to do for myself because I know I got to. It's what I'm purposed to do. Okay? And that's the same for you. Do what you got to do because that's what you're purposed to do. And we're going to get this together. I know some of you got a great big mess and you look at it and you get overwhelmed. But do like I told you last time. Focus on one corner at a time. Focus on getting one thing at a time. And you just started. And once you started, you'll be like, "Ooh, wait a minute. I think I can, this feels pretty good. I think I'm going to keep going." And go as long as you can. But get something done today. If you're just washing dishes. Some of us got to wash dishes. But if you're washing dishes, get it done. Cleaning out your cabinets, get it done. If you just focus on a small area and say, "Today, I'm going to clean my bathroom," and just clean your bathroom. And then check that off. I did clean today. It's okay to start small. It's okay to start small. I love you. Good bless one. Hearts go out. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. I'm holding my phone again. Hearts go out. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.